both working.
What do you mean both?
Well, he's got 2 hearts.
Oh, don't be stupid.
He has.
Anything else he's got to?
Leave him alone.
Well.
Good God, the state
Oh,
of that.
God. No. Tell me we're not doing another one of these talking to myself bits.
Toby, this is a lockdown. All you're doing is talking to yourself. No, well, you got me there. What are you doing? I've been busy. I'm eating biscuits. I'm watching Doctor Who Christmas specials and drinking tea. How long have you been doing that? I don't know. What day is it? I think it's Thursday. I'll be honest with you. That doesn't help. When was the last time you even got dressed? Don't know. When was the last time you went on a walk? Don't know. When was the last time you shaved? I don't know! That's not the right bit of the episode. Right, well, I'm sorry, but that's not how this works. You have to do something. Oh, hang on. Hang on. What is it? Have you got something? Hang on. Hang about. You're not. I am. I'm going back to Amityville.
Well, it's about time.
Amityville, It's About Time is one of the best films ever made, and you're doing yourself a disservice by not watching it. Let me explain. The 6th movie released under the Amityville horror title, it's also known as Amityville 1992, as well as Amityville Esquieston de Tiempo on the Spanish DVD I bought on eBay, and it was the first of 2 straight-to-video movies written and produced by Chris Faria. And to my knowledge, that holds the accolade for the only time 2 entries in an Amityville series have been helmed by the same team. So, you know, there you go. I like to call it the 90s duology, but that's just because I'm boring. Straight out the gate compared to all the other Amityvilles that we've seen. I hope you've been watching. Didn't you know that there's a whole back catalogue of videos on this channel you can check out? It's just right there. The movie starts with a very simple and yet very aggressively 90s intro sequence, which I just can't help but love because of the creepy score by Daniel Licht, who you may recognise as the guy who would later go on to do the theme tune to Dexter, fun fact. It starts with a simple creepy tune, and by the end it just goes out of control with clock noises, and if that's not a metaphor for this whole film, then I don't know what is. So our story starts in stormy suburbia, in a nice modern house. Yes, modern house. This may be the first Amityville horror not to actually be set in Amityville. Actually, there's something so delightfully 90s about this opening scene, I'm just gonna play it.
Daddy?
Hi, sweetheart.
Hi. Welcome home. For me, you shouldn't have.
Actually, sugar, it's not. No, this is what our house has been missing. Gun rack? Oh, my bright and cheerful son. Hey, Rusty, I miss you.
Well, open it.
Boom! All the characters, one tracking shot, friendly daughter, psycho son, absent father, creepy clock. The movie has been on for 4 minutes and everything you need to know has been set up. Now, in case the title didn't give it away, the movie is about time, and a big old creepy clock in the center of it all. The man of the house, Mr. Sterling, is building a housing estate in New York, and he took home a souvenir from one of the demolished homes, which, of course, happens to be
the Amityville home.
And personally, I like the update. Almost any haunted house movie you're gonna see is gonna be set in some creaky old manor house, and it's refreshing to see a film tackle a more modern haunting. Because I mean, what's genuinely more horrifying than architecture like this? And I think bringing the haunted house genre to homes that people could live in, instead of old townhouses from 100 years ago, does add a sort of tension, and I really like it. Anyway, during what I can only describe as the sweatiest love scene I have ever sat through in my entire life, the creepy clock locks onto the mantelpiece and the spooky times can commence.
What are you doing down there?
Jesus, shit, Dad, you scared the crap out of me.
Okay, let's just take a moment and talk about Peaches the neighborhood dog. Peaches is a gigantic German shepherd who apparently roams the neighborhood and likes to visit the Sterling household in the middle of the night sometimes. Sure, it's the 90s. Kids make friends with the neighborhood dog in movies all the time. Go with it. Anyway, in Peach's first scene, she comes to the house looking for food, barks at the ugly furniture and leaves, much similar to many guests I've invited to my own home for years past. In her second scene, however, she is suddenly very visibly turned into a male dog and attacks our main character. and continues to bite and claw. Oh my god, this scene just goes on. The scene itself is rough. It's uncomfortable, and naturally, after having his leg chewed to mush in the jaws of a gigantic dog, he goes to hospital.
Yes, hi.
Well, he suffered some discomfort, but he'll be okay now.
No, go back. I'm sorry. No.
Yes, hi.
Well, he suffered some discomfort, but he'll be okay now. Our first concern is rabies.
Well, maybe he should just stay here.
No, that won't be necessary. He'll be up on his feet soon.
Good God, I mean, the commentary about the American healthcare system in this film is biting.
Going to class?
Absolutely. Tomorrow.
Oh, Rusty. Rusty. Maybe my favourite part of any movie from 1992 is I'm pretty sure by law every teenage boy had to be a live-action Bart Simpson. But he's a punk with a heart because yes, he skips school, but it's to hang out and play chess with Iris, the friendly old neighbour who likes to scowl at houses. He's also very clearly not 15. So pretty quickly things start to ramp up, and in accordance with Amityville rules, once we hit 3 AM, it is showtime. We get our first ghost confirmed at the half-hour mark, and bang, there, look at this. Look at this. The door swings shut, but it's clearly pulled together with a string. And that's why this movie is among my favourite movies. Oh, okay, bear with me, right? This movie is flawed. It was clearly made quickly and cheaply, same as most of the other Amityville films, but in overdrive, strings pulling the doors together, boom mics in the shot. These flaws ease the tension and they make for a great party movie. But it also really helps juxtapose against the more unsettling moments. Every time this movie hits its mark, it really hits, and every time it misses, it makes it funnier, and it makes the bits that hit more uncomfortable. Anyway, where were we with the story? Oh right, we meet the romantic rival and the house is on fire, sure.
What, no goodnight kiss?
Just hang on, I think my house is burning.
Oh, priorities, my man, priorities. So this is where things get truly crazy. The guys who made this had fun, and you'll have fun watching. Every scene is edge of your seat, and it's hilarious. To spoil this movie is to deny you the privilege of watching it yourself. Okay, fine, quickly, this happens.
Just give me a little kiss.
Open it! No, the door!
So the romantic rival, good old Lenny the psychiatrist. Side note, I don't quite think the movie knows what a psychiatrist does, but that's just fine. So what if this qualified psychiatric doctor is going to section the main character because he believes that Mr. Sterling is projecting his trauma into everyone with his mind? At this point, it's so far down the list of crazy things happening that it kind of just washes past you if you're not paying attention. In many ways, more than a lot of other Amityville films to its credit, it rather accurately follows the original account of events from the actual Amityville horror. The slow descent into obsession, the black goo coming out of the walls, the audio and visual illusions. Fact or fiction, the fact that the original account talks about how the Lutz family would be regularly disturbed at 3 AM does lend itself to a time-bending adaptation, and it all accumulates with the final chase sequence of this film, much like the rest of them. And it's without a doubt the most suspenseful and exciting of any of its fellow adaptations, what often just becomes a killer on the loose in a house sequence. This scene has added tension because there's a real sense that the house is on the killer's side. It's creepy and unsettling, and the frequent shifts in tone, and ironically pacing, mean that I don't know what's gonna happen, and I don't know if it's going to be creepy or funny. The suspense that it could go either way really does keep you engaged. There's a genuine sense of danger, and they do a good enough job of actually making the characters likable through the flaws to make me actually root for them and hope that they survive, which is so rare. Complementing the whole thing is a really classical cinematography, especially as the film goes along. And whether intentional or not, it gives it this feeling of being out of time. I mean, look at this in black and white, especially at the end. It really holds up, and adding to this classical feel, it just ends as quickly as it started. It doesn't hang around once the movie's over, and we're done. So that's Amityville, It's About Time. Or, well, most of it anyway. Like I said, there's so much to enjoy and so much to jump into that I really want you to be able to sink your teeth into this for yourself. Don't waste time watching other people watch this movie. Find a copy and watch it however you can. It's a perfect film to watch when you've got lots of free time and you're stuck in a house. That being said, thank you for watching this video and my return to Amityville. Will I continue the series? I hope so from time to time, but I want to look into other things too. I really loved making the Amityville videos back in the day, and they got me in touch with some really cool people. I was tweeted by one of the directors, I got in touch with the guy making Amityville 76, an independent video game that looks really great, and I've popped a link into the description if you want to check that out. I've even been followed by a few of the Amityville actors, including Tony and Jade, the couple from Amityville Legacy, who are a real couple in real life, and they're absolutely lovely. I guess my point is that actually getting to speak with people who are in these movies made me feel like my older videos came across as more mean-spirited than I ever actually wanted them to be. I love these movies, and that's why I'm watching them, and that's why I'm shouting about them. I think the original story is interesting enough, and I love how so many people have taken that idea in different independent directions, and I think they all deserve to be watched. So I felt like it was about time that I spoke about the one Amityville that I loved the most, and hopefully you can share that love too. Alright, that's the end of the video. Will I continue the Christopheria 90s duology and cover Amityville 1993? Or will I revert to my default settings and do something on The Simpsons, Doctor Who, or James Bond? I guess you'll just have to find out. Twitter, subscribe, bye.
That's rude. That's what my name is. Like, rude. Rude is not gender. I'm sorry, who is this? I'm the doctor. He's the doctor. What happened to my doctor? Or is it a title that's just passed on? I'm him. I'm literally him. Same man you faced. What? You ever